What up? We're doing a little motivational words of wisdom to let you guys know that it's okay to feel like you have an advantage over other people when you get lean, because it's true. You're faster than other people, you're stronger than other people, you're quicker in your reflexes, your coordination, your balance. You're better than a lot of other people. And then just by knowing that you're in shape, you already know that your discipline is better than most people. You're probably smarter than most people because you know how to implement and get the effective results. And a lot of people don't do that. A lot of people can't do that. And there's a lot of things that you do better than other people. So just remember that being lean gives you the upper hand. Being lean gives you an advantage over a lot of people. So wouldn't it make sense to keep training, to keep dieting, to focus on the goal, to achieve that goal? And then once you're accomplished, then you can move on to the next thing because that's done. And if you're in the mindset like I am, that you're really going to work hard to not get fat again ever in the future. I'm really planning on avoiding alcohol for the most part, avoiding a lot of fast food traps that I had fallen into a long time ago, drinking sodas, sweet teas, um, coffees, Starbucks, stuff like that, fancy stuff. But more so that I want to show my kids what a good role model as a father is. And it's important because a lot of men out there, me included, my father figure wasn't around when I was a youth. And in my opinion, looking back, it wasn't really a big deal. But how much different would my life had been had my father figure been around in my life? So I'm trying to do that for my kids and trying to be there for them so that they don't have to wonder where I am or what I'm doing, if I'm okay, you know? So you got to work to take care of your stuff. You got to take care of your family and you got to take care of yourself because that's where it starts. You can't take care of them if you're falling apart. If you're setting yourself up for disadvantages, you're already debuffing yourself. Like getting drunk, it gives you a status debuff. It makes you slower. It makes you act stupid. It makes you say shit that you really didn't mean to say. And then on top of that, if you're into getting in shape and getting, in training and stuff, drinking alcohol fucks you up. Like it sets you back. You can't work out that night. You can't work out sometimes the next day, sometimes multiple days afterwards. It puts you down so much. And I've been there. I've tried it. I tried dipping my toes back in the water, a couple years ago, and because I was so focused on training, it really disappointed me when I drank, and then I didn't get the same feeling like I used to. The drunk didn't last as long, and then I was kind of pissed off because I wanted to go work out, but then I couldn't work out because I didn't feel like it. And then the next day I was hungover, so like I didn't have the motivation to go work out. So then that made me feel even worse that, I made that one choice and then I'm dealing with it for multiple days afterwards. And then it really sunk it in for me and I couldn't do it anymore. And ultimately, being a dad, you want to set your kids up to have a successful life in the future. And if you're teaching them that alcohol every day, drinking habitually is part of being an adult, that's going to show them that that's exactly what they got to do when they get out to be an adult. To where on the flip flop, if you're showing them, 30-minute day training, an hour a day training, being physically active, playing basketball, playing soccer, taking walks, eating the right food, making food for your family, putting the effort in to feed your family instead of minimizing the effort by picking it up from somebody else or throwing it in the microwave or throwing it in the oven. passing that responsibility to somebody else, and you're basically a waiter or a server. Fuck that. I'm chef dad. I'm gonna whip up the shit in the kitchen. My kids are gonna eat it. They're gonna love it because I love it, and I'm only making food that's good. So them saying that the food's gross, not buying it. That shit's awesome. They're gonna eat it. High protein, you know, balanced fats, balanced carbs, all the good macros. You teach them about nutrition, teach them about home economics, balancing a checkbook, balancing a budget, all that stuff. And in that is back to the upper hand and the advantage. You're giving your kids the upper hand over all the other kids in the high school, in the colleges that don't even have the base set of skills. So that when they get out there, they're going to automatically be winning on top of everybody else because of you. You gave them the skills because you already had the upper hand, and you gave them the skills to get the upper hand themselves instead of giving them poor lessons and handicapping them so that they don't even know how to buy stuff at the store. They got to go find the store and then find a microwave. They don't know how to use an oven. They don't have any pots and pans. It's crazy. Some of these kids don't know anything. And whose fault is that? I don't know. But my kids are going to know how to cook, how to clean, how to buy stuff, how to spend stuff. Like, basically fundamental skills. Hopefully they'll have all of what they need when they get out there so that they have the edge and the upper hand and advantages over everybody else. And maybe they won't be lean when they get out of my house. I don't really care about that. But if they know how to make the food and get the food, and they choose not to eat the food that they know how to make and they want to eat the bullshit, then that's on them. I can't make them eat the good food when they're out of the house. If they want to eat Oreos and bullshit, then they can eat the Oreos and bullshit. And when they're ready to lose weight, then they know how to do it because they're smart and they've got the skills and they have the advantage. So get the advantage, fellas. Get lean. Do what it takes. Let's get shredded. Check out my other channel on TikTok at Tom Smoke Fitness. I got other stuff going on there. And check out my other videos here on YouTube. I got diet tips, training progress, outfits, motivational stuff, and lots of other things from a man in his 40s trying to spread the word to other men in their 40s, maybe 50s, maybe 30s, dads, husbands that want to take control of their life, that maybe are daunted by going to the gym and paying for the membership and the personal trainer and all the powerlifting stuff and the lift heavy and all that crazy shit. The P90X and the P90X3 is a very simple, fundamental training exercise program that you can do from home. I've been doing it for a year and a half, seriously, and 2 years, an extra 8 months or so, beyond the year and a half. Um, that's when I got my feet wet, and that's when I got started. So it might take you a while. 2.5 years isn't bad progress. I started dieting in December of 2023 because I was 215 pounds. I was having trouble doing stuff. I was handicapped. I was disabled. Like I was underhanded. I had the disadvantage. But then I made the choice. I saw my kids. I wanted to play with them, and I couldn't play with them. And that really got to me that I couldn't play with my kids because I wanted to, but because I was too fat and out of shape, and I was not fit to go play. And that made me sad. So I had to make a change. Here we are today, 2026. Father's Day is coming up, and my happy Father's Day is going to be the happiest. See you there.